The Harmonics of Time. Eldon James Brown. Uncategorized. April 22, 2023. 5 minutes. 38 seconds. Dark journalist and Dr. Joseph Farrell Nikola Tesla Great Pyramid Mystery. Doppelgangers are a byproduct of the immediate resonance of time. Time being subject to the physics of frequency, it is a waveform and because of this, records every event therein, for a time. Think of a wave in a pond when disturbed by an object, say a stone. From the moment of impact, the wave created by the water displaced will resonate and radiate away from the event in an exact pattern until disturbed or dissipating. We are ripples in that wave of time, each ripple being an exact copy of the last if left undisturbed. As with the splash in our pond, the ripples radiating out from the event both diminish in frequency and amplitude. Therefore, doppelgangers being a ripple created from the original event of personhood, are confined to a finite window of time, that being most recent to the original event, the current generation. As time progresses, both the amplitude and frequency of the doppelganger ripple decreases, eventually dissipating altogether. Discovery of such a creature more than one generation removed is improbable due to the time wave that produced it having dissipated. It would appear that doppelgangers are indeed reflections of ourselves, but more so reflections produced by waves in time. This assumption leads to some very interesting speculations. 1. Could time travel be achieved through manipulation of the frequencies of fields? 2. Where do light and the forces of gravity come into play? 3. Must an alternate state of matter be present in some form such as plasma? 4. Could any of this be achieved without electricity, say acoustically? 5. Einstein and his theory of relativity having been surpassed by Nikola Tesla's experiments, proving faster than light travel possible, is amplification all that is necessary? 6. Does quantum entanglement hold the key in the form of a unified field theory? I think I'm going to start by investigating this last one, even though I know resonance would be more likely, because I suspect there is a single key to it all, and many. I'm also going to re-watch the Philadelphia experiment. I'm hearing it mentioned more often in unrelated videos, an indicator that the tyranny of the withholding of knowledge is breaking down. Perhaps humanity is now beginning to acutely feel the existential threat it's now facing. I do believe in reincarnation. I don't put limitations on God, but it just doesn't answer everything. Like how folks who claim to be reincarnated are very familiar with the life of the original, while doppelgangers may or may not be. The modern phenomenon of twin strangers gives even more credibility to the myth as well, another avenue of investigation. In case you are wondering why I focus so much on this topic, it is because it embodies several fields of interest. I have seen a doppelganger of my deceased former girlfriend. I have been told that people have seen me in places I was not, even having spoken to me. I am trying to resolve all forms of reincarnation. I have now discovered a possible temporal explanation for this phenom. What factors in life could one influence to amplify the time wave of their own lives, or the lives of others, to extend omnidirectionally in time, ersatz life extension? Is this the explanation for entire civilizations disappearing without a trace? Did they transcend their current timeline in a ritual? I am convinced that somebody on this planet knows exactly what is going on and is withholding knowledge to the detriment of humanity. And finally, I wonder how much of this occurrence is natural genetics as opposed to genetic engineering cloning. Were it not for so many preoccupying distractions in my life, not the least of them being poverty, I would throw myself into independent study and excursion. I feel that answers to such questions hold far more benefit to humanity than mere satiation of curiosity. Our imaginations and our intellectual horizons have been purposely stunted through scientific materialism and canon. We were far smarter and more open-minded at the turn of the century, before the Industrial Revolution and the throttling of disruptive discovery. The expansion of human knowledge provides no gain for those infatuated with monopoly, relegating most of us to slavery. Although retarded to a great extent, history's artifacts clue us into previous cultures' technological and spiritual superiority. We need to benefit from what has already been learned and rediscover what has been lost to both time and nefarious design. Once again, we are facing annihilation due to our engineered ignorance and division. Hopefully humanity is finally waking up to the existential threat facing it, at least in sufficient numbers to foil the plan. Infuriating that many are still blindly loyal to the elite's programming and mind control.